Auntie has given y'all a full 24 hours to check out that Club Shay interview with Monique. Okay. And by the time I post this video, it's gonna be a full 48 hours by the time the interview has aired. So let's get into it, shall we? Shouts out to all of my subscribers and supporters on this channel. You are the real MVP. Like this video on the way in here, my babies, and subscribe to Auntie's channel today. Yes, my babies. All my life. Grinding all my life. Sacrifice. Had to pay the price. Roll the dice. Had to get a slice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Shay. Shannon. Good old boy Shannon. Shay. You did it again. You did it again, Club Shay. All 2024. You're going up all 2024. The Cat Williams interview in less than 24 hours had hit I want to say Cat Williams interview in less than 24 hours had hit like 3 million, 4 million views within 24 hours. The same thing happened to Monique's interview. Within, I want to say 24 to 48 hours, Shannon Sharp had already 3 million views on this interview. Go back to the Club Shay. Go back to his YouTube channel because he has millions of subscribers, okay? Go back to Shannon Sharp's YouTube channel, Club Shay, and go look at Monique's viewings for the interview. That shit done skyrocketed 7 million plus views on that one interview, and the interview has only been out for 2 days. All my life, grinding all my life. Go ahead, Club Shay. Go ahead, Club Shay with your country ass. You so country, boy. You so country. It's all right. Country recognized country. We from down south. We know country recognized country. Club Shay. Shannon Sharp. Some stuff I don't like that you say. And I know, a lot of people don't like what I say. Y'all may not like some of what Auntie say. But the thing about truth tellers, we actually make you think about the whole scenario all over again. We make you think about the whole scenario all over again. People was hard down mad with me because I got mad at the situation with the brick lady, okay? Just for a quick second, let me just talk about it. I was telling the truth about the situation, saying that I felt like if it was a bunch of men standing around and y'all hauled off and let another man, hit a woman in the face with a brick because she wouldn't give him her number, y'all are cowards. And I'm going to still say that to this day. How dare you sit there and let a big-ass man assault a woman like that? That's the aspect that I was coming from it. And then I was getting called all kind of, we can't deal with a woman like you because I'm sending my men out here to get harmed and blah, 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 all this stuff. And I'm looking like, what? I'm sending men out here to get harmed? Are you listening to yourselves? Like, really listen and really think about the situation. I was doing nothing wrong but going to a club, minding my own business with my friend, and a man walks up on me all aggressive trying to get my number, and I tell him no, and he hits me in the face, and that's somehow my fault? That's what y'all saying. All right now, Auntie I'm going to tell you the truth like it is because I love you. I'm going to tell you the truth like it is because I love you. And you look retarded sitting up there. You look pussy as hell sitting up there letting a man assault somebody talking about, it ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Like hell it does. Protector. Like hell it does. Protector. That's what you are. You are a protector first. Do you not get what I'm saying? Black King. And for a bunch of black men, that hurt my soul. And I hope you felt it, because I wanted you to feel it. That hurt me when I sat up there and seen all them black men sitting in a circle and they let that girl get hit. That's what I was thinking. That's the place I was coming from. But to know that bitch lied, ooh, you dirty bitch, you. Girl, you had me mad at them black men. Now I'm upset with her because I'm like, bitch, you lied the whole entire time. I was mad with them black men. I was really mad. I really was, but I'm sorry. I will always love the black man. I really do. That's why I go so hard on y'all. Like, come on, man, get your shit together. Protect us, love us, cherish us like we do you. Oh, we ain't gonna have that discussion. But back to the interview at hand, okay? Monique came and sat her ass down and told the truth on Shannon Sharp's I called him Shay. Shannon Sharp's club. Shay has made it a safe space for people to come in and tell their truth, honey. And Cat Williams told you this was going to happen to you. Once they saw them numbers soar through the roof, and once they saw and heard with their own ears what you were allowing him to say on this couch, and you engaging in the conversation, because what you don't realize is Shay is like that rich uncle at the barbecue that you drink and you be talking to. You tell all your woes to, because he makes it comfortable for you. He'll sit down, have a drink. Let's talk. He one of them uncles. That rich drunk uncle. Hey, I got a rich drunk uncle. Shouts out to Uncle Aaron. I got a rich drunk uncle. Stop playing with me. He'll sit up and he'll talk with you. He buy the drinks. He drinking. He'll aggravate you too, but you sit up and you tell damn near everything to him. And at the end of the night, he'll give you some money. Like, you going through it, these Yeah. I like that. Them rich uncles. I love them rich uncles. But he's made it comfortable for people to come and tell the truth to him, and I like that. I like that for him. I see a lot of stardom and success with Club Shay. I do. And I got to give him his props. I got to get a country boy his props. But let's talk about this interview, though. Monique started out this interview talking about Oprah. Did y'all catch that? Monique started this interview out talking about Oprah. So now I understand the feelings that she has towards Oprah, because Oprah was her idol, guys. She ain't say it like that. She didn't come out and say flat out that Oprah was her idol, but you can tell from this interview in some type of way she looked up to Oprah and she idolized Oprah in some type of way. She looked at her as motivation and inspiration that a fat black woman can make it. Yes, she did. She looked at her like that, in that manner. That's why she pushed herself so hard, even if she wasn't good in school. Because Monique say she wasn't a good student at all. She was in slow classes. I wasn't in slow classes, but I wasn't a good student in school, guys. Like, I was a low B average student in school. Almost a C average student in school. I literally was. I wasn't the best in school. I retained the information that I was taught to retain, and I regurgitated it back the way that y'all wanted me to, so I could pass and get out of school. But some of the stuff that y'all teach in this school system, I knew it was a lie because it didn't feel right. And that's exactly what Monique said in her interview. Y'all teaching us one thing, but we looking at society and we're growing up in a whole different way. Do you understand what I'm telling y'all? Y'all teaching us about Black history and telling us about Martin Luther King and telling us about civil rights, and you're telling us about we came from slavery. You're telling us that's what happened with us. And then we're looking at, we had Wall Street, we had this, we had that, things that you didn't want to tell us. You making it seem like we just came from slavery, like we just came from nothing, like we always had nothing. when now I'm learning that mostly everything that they taught us outside of reading, writing, mathematics, and equations, outside of that, everything is a lie. Like, seriously. Everything is lies. So I definitely understood Monique when she said she didn't feel a connection to school, okay? So there are a bunch of people in society that don't feel a connection to school, and they're smarter than the ones that are actually in school. Auntie told y'all about that, did I not? I told y'all, just because you book smart, that don't make you common sense smart. That don't make you street smart. It does not make you brilliant, because you can retain information, you can retain the lies that they're teaching you in school, and you can recite and regurgitate them in the manner that they shoved it down your throat. So I agree with Monique on that, because I was one of those ones that didn't connect with school. I passed because this is something that I had to do. Okay? Not because it's something I wanted to do, something that I had to do. Okay? So Monique also says that she got the Parkers in 90 days of her showing up in LA, with 3 months of her showing up in LA. So that's where the Cat Williams situation come in. A lot of y'all talk about, oh, she talking about Cat Williams. She was not talking about Cat Williams. She actually said that she loves and respects Cat Williams in that damn interview. Play it back, okay? What she said was that within 90 days of her getting in LA, 90 days equates to 3 months. Add it up. Within 90 days of her getting into LA, she scored the Parkers sitcom. Okay? Why did she even say this and bring up Cat Williams? Because she did not want to discredit Cat Williams from saying anything that he said in his interview, and she didn't want to make it seem like, oh, Cat Williams was lying about things in his interview. She wanted everybody to know it can be done. You can move out in LA, and within 3 months you can have your own TV show. Well, that's how they was doing it back then. I don't know how they doing it now, but that's how they was doing it back then. So she was like, I'm not discrediting Cat Williams, and I'm not calling him a liar. But when Cat Williams was saying that Kevin Hart was an industry plant because he came out in LA, and literally within 3 months he had his own sitcom, he had a movie coming out, all of this, he had all this stuff already in the works. And Monique pretty much was just saying, yeah, you can come out and do things like that, because she went out herself and did the same thing. 3 months in LA, she landed the Parkers. So she wasn't talking about Cat Williams, and she wasn't calling him a liar. She was just saying things like that can happen. But she didn't say that Kevin Hart was no industry plant either. You got to learn to listen to things, my babies. You got to learn to listen. Okay? She didn't say he wasn't no liar. And she damn sure didn't say that Kevin Hart wasn't an industry plant. You want to know what she said about Kevin Hart? You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to go through the interview, and we're going to tell you what she said about Mr. Hart. Okay? Mr. Hart. All right? But she also talks about her family dynamic. Monique ain't cool with her family at all. She ain't cool with her family. From this interview that I just seen, Monique ain't cool with her family at all. She didn't speak bad about them. She didn't say nothing bad. All she said was, some people, you just have to love from a distance, and you got to wish them well. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, or what they're doing in life, or what they have done to you, once you have forgiven them and moved on from certain things, like you're growing, you can tell that she did a lot of growing from what happened, and she's ready to move on and put that behind her, and she's ready to wish them well. Hell, imagine you winning an Oscar. Okay, you working real hard. You done worked so hard in your career, in your life, and you win an Oscar. And literally a couple of weeks after you win that Oscar, you see your mama and your brother on Oprah Winfrey show talking bad about you. But you won't her to be cool with her family. Okay, DL. Okay, DL Hughley. Because that's what he was saying to me. Oh, she's not cool. Her family, none of her family fuck with her at all. I wouldn't fuck with them after they did me like that. I won a big award, an Oscar, one of the highest awards that you can win as an actress, an Oscar. And they motherfucking ass went on Oprah just to tell Oprah and to tell the world that I ain't shit, that I ain't the Monique that y'all just gave that Oscar to. Hell no, I wouldn't be cool with my family either, really. But I love them because they are my biological family, like she said. But I wish you well, babies. Y'all go on and live your life. Leave me the fuck alone. So no, DL, you got no brownie points with that either. Ooh, a hit dog gonna holler though, DL. I'm getting ahead of myself. But she said some things about him too. That's why his ass around here. That's why his ass around here on the internet crying about that little support dog right now. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's move on in the actual way the interview went. So we are in the Taraji part now. Okay, boom. Shannon Sharp asked, why you feel like the message wasn't received when you said it, but when Taraji said it, everybody is like, oh, we need to do something. Monique said exactly what I have been telling y'all from the very beginning, okay? What Taraji said and what Monique said were the exact same thing, okay? Taraji was the perfect victim. Monique was not. Monique was looked at as fat, black, and too strong. Plus, she had that man beside her, like she said. Plus, she had her manager sitting beside her. And that, from what I hear, that man don't play no jokes about Monique. He gonna get what she need to have. You understand what I'm saying? Money-wise, he gonna make sure that she's okay. Because that's a business. That's his business that he's running on behalf of Monique. So, with that being said, Taraji don't have like a strong background behind her. She looks like a frail, fragile, broken black young woman. That's what she looks like compared to Monique. So that's why they received Taraji better. I said that. I've been said that a long time ago. Monique didn't come out here crying. Monique didn't come out here broken. Monique came out here like a sister soldier, and she came out here naming names. Taraji was like they, them, they, she won't even say he, she, won't even say nothing like that. She say they, them. Taraji she knows that if she were to come out the way that Monique came out in that aggressive manner, in that tone of like, y'all know better, so do better. If she would have came out like that, she would have got the same lashings as Monique did, and she would have took a big hit like Monique did. That's why Taraji didn't come out that way. Taraji came out with the tears. She came out for y'all. She came out pulling on your heartstrings. That's the way that she came out. I told y'all this a long time ago. When I first seen Taraji do it. I said it in the video. I said, the only reason why y'all are coming out behind Taraji is because she brought the waterworks. She brought the sympathy. And she's more passable. She's more likable to the others. You understand what I'm saying? She's more likable. Monique came out guns blazing. And she did set some flames to bridges. With good reason, though. So, I do understand why she feels the way that she feels about Taraji. She was like, yeah, Taraji said the same thing that I said, but the way that she said it was in a different tone and in a different manner. And then she came back with a love letter to Oprah after coming out in the promo saying that she almost had to walk away from Color Purple because they was not paying her worth. Dressing rooms weren't in order. Food wasn't in order. But Taraji had to later come back and say, oh, but Lady O fixed that. Lady O fixed that. No, within your contract, that stuff should have already been done for you guys. You understand what I'm saying? That's what Monique has been saying this whole time. Certain things should have already been done and taken care of and put in place for these young actresses that y'all handpicked and chose to be in this movie, because that's what Taraji said. Taraji and the other little lady, they said they was handpicked to be in this movie. They were so happy and just grateful to be chosen to be in this movie, but you still had to audition. Fuckery. They still was making y'all go through hoops and hurdles and treating y'all like shit, but they handpicked y'all to be in this movie though. That's all Monique said. That's all she was saying. She wasn't really saying anything bad about Taraji. She just said that Taraji came off as more passable, and she did, because Taraji went for the sympathy and empathy strings. Monique said, fuck your sympathy, fuck your empathy. These people are doing wrong and they need to correct that shit, and they need to correct it now. You should have corrected that shit before you even gave me a motherfucking contract. When you put it in the contract that certain things were supposed to be taken care of and done, that's what I'm expecting. Don't treat me lesser than, and don't give me lesser than. You understand? And Monique was upset that Taraji was like, okay, well, at least Lady O took care of it. No, that should have already been done prior to your arrival. Okay? But with all Monique said about Taraji, I do believe this happened to Taraji, you guys. I do believe this happened to her. Somebody told Taraji to calm the fuck down. That's why Taraji ended up writing a love letter and expressing that, you know, her and Oprah didn't have any problems with each other whatsoever, and she enjoyed working on Color Purple. Taraji literally had to come back and write a letter because I do believe they threatened that woman's career. They told her, you see what we did to Monique? Do your ass want to be like that? Can you afford to be like that? Taraji said, no, sir. And she got her ass back in line. That's what that was. So we can't get mad about her decision, what she chose to do. All of us can't be a Monique and stand on our ground. All of us can't be like that. You know what I'm saying? I can. I surely can. But not all of us can be like that. Not all of us can be a Monique and stand our ground and be like, I don't give a damn who you are. I don't give a damn how much money you have. I don't give a damn how much you try to blackball me. I am going to make it regardless. I am going to speak my truth. I don't care who you are, regardless. That's it. That's all. But y'all heard it from Auntie, though. I do believe something happened to Taraji. They told Taraji, calm your ass down. And that's why she backtracked the way that she did. So we then get into Sydney. Okay, Sydney is Monique's manager as well as husband. Shannon Sharp asks, like, so he was like, so why people got a problem with Sydney being around all the time? And she pretty much gloated and doted on her husband and pretty much said that that's her representation as well. Yeah, y'all are mad at the fact that, yeah, this is Monique's husband. They're looking at it, oh, like, this is Monique's husband, forgetting the fact as well that this is also her manager. So he has to be present during some conversations. But Monique has him present for everything. Like, he's around for everything. I'm surprised that he wasn't on the couch with Monique and Shannon Sharp. I'm very surprised he wasn't on the couch with them then. Because he is around for everything. Like, he has his nose and hand in everything that Monique is doing. So that can somewhat be a bother to people at times that your husband is always around and in the business, but y'all also got to understand that this is her manager too. So business wise, if y'all are talking business wise, he has to be in the room because Monique is his business. Do you get what I'm saying? She has to have proper representation. And I do believe that Tyler Perry, Oprah, y'all get mad because she has proper representation and she is not going to be mishandled. Her husband ain't gonna let you mishandle her. And y'all get mad about it. But I do understand in certain aspects, he does not need to be present with everything. But he makes it his business to be present with everything because he does not want to be not in the loop with nothing. He don't want to be the last one to know nothing. So as far as Monique's codependency on her husband, this relationship that she got with her husband is weird. Relationship as if her husband is her father in a type of way. It's unhealthy and I don't like it, but that's her relationship. Stay out of it. That's them people's relationship. Let them people do them. She calls him daddy. He calls her mama. That's how they are. She looks at him almost as like he's her savior and he raised her up into the woman that she is. That's her prerogative. Stay out them people business. That's it. That's all. So, we get more into what's really going on with Monique, Oprah, and Tyler Perry. The real situation about what's going on. So, Tyler Perry and Oprah were pretty much upset with Monique because she wouldn't work for free. That's what that was. That's what I got out of it. They were upset with her because she wouldn't work for free. All right? And because she wouldn't work extra the way that they wanted her to do for free, they started saying, well, not necessarily they, because I don't know if Oprah said anything. She didn't say Oprah said anything, but she did for a fact say that Tyler Perry had a big hand in ruining her career. Well, not ruining it, but blackballing it. Tyler Perry had a key part to do with it. Okay? But I do believe that Oprah had a part to play as well. She knew what the fuck was going on as well too. She knew it. Okay? She knew that Tyler Perry had spread these lies on Monique, and instead of her actually backing Monique and supporting Monique and actually getting Tyler together for what he did, she let that shit happen. She let that shit happen, guys. Oprah is a nothing ass bitch. You hear me? That's a nothing ass bitch. She let that shit happen, but I'm going to let Monique explain to y'all the little tiff that she had with Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah, and the reason why it even happened in the first place. So take a quick little listen to this.
Feels like she was born to play that role. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Okay, you shoot a movie.
Yes.
The movie wrap. You might have to come back and do some voiceover, some touch-up work here or there.
Yes.
That's already scripted into the contract. Now, the promotion aspect of the contract. What were you contracted to do? Because that seems to be where the conflict seems to come in.
Yes.
Because you like, okay, so tell the people that's going to watch this and listen to this, what was Monique contractually obligated to do as far as the promotional aspect of Precious?
I was contractually obligated to promote the movie Precious under Lee Daniels Productions.
Okay.
I promoted Precious under Lee Daniels Productions. I did Oprah, I did magazines, I did TV shows, I did all of the promotions I was contractually obligated to do.
Okay.
That was it.
That was it.
I'm done with it.
Done.
Okay?
Done.
Now Precious is going to Cannes, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I have the Monique Show.
Mm-hmm.
I am on the Spread the Love tour. I have toddler babies. And I'm also a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The Monique Show is like down for maybe a couple days, a week or so.
Right.
I got some days off on the tour. I'm going to relax with my family.
Right.
Because once they sold the movie,
Right.
you didn't sell me.
Right.
Whoopi Goldberg. See, Whoopi Goldberg said I could have schooled you and told you what was expected when I didn't promote and go overseas. And you know how you just looked up and looked away?
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg, what you were saying to me, I could have schooled you and told you, you go in that house and let them have their way with you.
Right.
And I'll be here when you come back.
Mm-hmm.
So after I'm done with my promotions, Lionsgate reaches out to my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, they think they're talking to my attorney, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they say, we want Monique to come to Cannes. She promoted so well in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
We want her to go international and promote the movie and do Cannes.
Okay.
I told my husband, please let them know I respectfully decline. I appreciate it, but I respectfully decline. I'm going to spend some time at home.
Right.
Lionsgate calls back. We really would like for Monique to come to Cannes,
Mm-hmm.
promote this movie. Please let them know I respectfully decline. I'm going to spend time with my family. Lionsgate calls back and says, what is it going to take for us to get Monique to come to Cannes? We'll give her another week in France. We'll upgrade her room. My husband said, is there a dollar amount attached to what you're asking for? Oh, we will never pay anyone to promote a film. Never. He said, we understand. And we're never going to work for free. You're asking her to do something that she's not obligated to do.
Correct.
Well, what is this the attorney? He said, actually, I'm her manager and her husband. Now we can put it on the husband's being difficult.
Right.
Right? Okay. So I don't owe anybody anything. That's why I was never sued. Now we go to the Hoodie Awards. Tyler Perry is there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Tyler Perry calls me in his room. Now, when I go into Tyler Perry's room, his staff is in there. Now, you ready to holler laughing?
Yes.
Okay, I take my security in there with me because I always want to have somebody with me.
Right.
Right? Tyler Perry does this. And the people scattered. They all left out the room. I said, look at this shit right here. You saw me. And they all scattered.
That wasn't the lights. That's for the people. You know, lights on.
Lights off because they got their asses up out of there.
Okay.
So at the time, my security looked at me. I said, you don't work for Tyler Perry. You could.
Touche.
So Tyler Perry says to me, listen, Monique, we really need you to, promote this film because if you get nominated for the Oscar, your next movie is going to be $3 to $5 million. If you win it, your next movie is $6 to $8 million. I said, Tyler Perry, who you talking to? I'm a black woman. When they gonna pay that kind of money? No, I'm telling you, that's what it is. And if you just go and promote it, I said, listen, brother, you can pay me to promote it. Because at the time, now him and Oprah are producers on the film.
Right.
I said, you can pay me to do it. I don't care where the check come from, but y'all just gotta pay me to do it. He said, I'm not in the habit of giving out money for free. I said, and I'm not in the habit of working for free. But you gave T.D. Jakes a check for $1 million, but that's another story, and I'm back. Mm-hmm. So when he then says that, it's like, listen, we both mutually agree. You don't give out free money. I don't work for free. Service. We hugged, Shannon. When we were done talking, we hugged. Do you hear me?
Yes.
We hugged like brother and sister, like it's cool. He understands.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Oprah Winfrey calls my husband. I want y'all to take your time because I'm getting ready to go in.
Yeah, that's your camera right
Yeah, because the people at home, they sitting there like, Monique, what happened? Bitch, I'm getting ready to tell you. She calls my husband.
Okay.
My husband explains to her what's going on. She says, there have been times I've had to draw the line in the sand. So my husband said, well, what is different between you and Monique? You've got to draw the line, and you're saying when you know they're asking you for too much. She said, you're absolutely right, and I understand your position. You're right in the position you're taking. So when you're looking at me saying, well, what happened? I'm telling you what happened. I'm telling you what happened. Now, when she said that, see, everything we're saying to you, it can be proven. She had him on speakerphone. And that when she was talking to him, in that room was a man named Reggie Wells, who just passed, who used to be Oprah Winfrey's makeup artist, who he had a conversation with me and my husband. Now, for you babies that's good with the little internet, we had a show on called Monique and Sydney Finding a Way to Be Unoffended. Finding a Way to Be Unoffended. Reggie Wells is on that show speaking about Oprah Winfrey. Reggie Wells said, Monique, I was there that day. He said, and when y'all got off the phone, I looked at her and said, why don't you just pay this woman the money? She deserves it. And she looked at him and said, I won't be paying her nothing. And he said, that's not right. And you know it's not right. Now, that man shared that on that show. So I'm not saying nothing that hasn't been shared. So you have people that will say things in private, but won't do it publicly. I'm the person that I will say it in private, and I'm going to say it publicly, because that's the only way we make it right.
My thing is about everything that Monique just said, everything that she just said. My thing is, why would y'all agree with this woman behind closed doors? And then when she comes out and says, like, I don't want to do it, I don't think this should be done because I'm not getting paid extra for it. Y'all go in her face and tell her one thing, but when you're behind her back, you're like, oh, we ain't gonna pay her nothing. She don't deserve nothing. And then Tyler Perry literally lied. And Monique has an audio of Tyler Perry actually admitting that he lied and got this woman career blackballed. But you ain't apologized to her yet. You haven't compensated her for what you did to her yet. Oprah hasn't apologized to her yet. Oprah hasn't compensated her for what she knew Tyler Perry was doing to her yet. Nobody has done that. You want to know who did it? Lee Daniels. She did say Lee Daniels came back and on stage. I remember that around that time when Lee Daniels came back and publicly apologized to Monique and to her family for what he had done. He did apologize to her. Let's take a look at that.
I love you, you bitch. I love you. Bitch, I love you more. Is this an April Fool's? Please tell me ain't no motherfucking April Fool's. This is so goddamn real. This is so motherfucking real. I'm shaking, that's how it looks. You and I, along with some other amazing people, made magic. And I don't ever want us to lose that magic again. Now, let me tell you, sometimes in life, you get caught up, when you a nigga and you come from nothing, you get blinded by some shit. And it took me a long time to realize. I am so sorry for hurting you in any way that I did. Y'all, she was my best friend. My best friend. Y'all think that Precious was just, that was God working through both of us. And we gonna fucking do it again. I love you. I love you. I love you. Staten Island.
She gave big ups to 50 Cent and said he's a real cat because 50 Cent was one of the first ones to actually start putting Monique back to work. Okay, he was one of the first ones to take a chance on Monique and put her back to work, and that was the best decision that he has ever made. Yes, God. Also, she did say some good things about Kevin Hart, and she said that he actually wrote her a check, baby. He wrote her a check, and she told him that she was going to pay him back whenever she could. You know what I'm saying? And when she was able to pay him back with interest, you know, she talks of a time where she came on his radio show and podcast, and she said her and Kevin Hart connected. You know what I'm saying? They connected in some type of way during that podcast. And during that podcast, Kevin Hart made Monique a promise. Well, saying that, you know, don't worry about it. You know, I'll take care of you. I'll help you out, whatever you want to do. And then when the time came for him to help Monique out and do what he said he was going to do, stand on what he said he was going to do, he backed out of it. Let's listen to that story.
Kevin Hart. Now, you know when Cat Williams said gatekeepers?
Yes.
Kevin Hart, I do his podcast.
Yes.
And I want y'all to re-listen to the podcast so you can hear it for yourself. When he first comes on, he says, you're like my mother, you're like my aunt, you're like my sister. Okay? Then we do the podcast. We speak about the Tyler Perry situation. Oprah Winfrey, he said, I don't really know Oprah, but I'm going to reach out to Tyler. I appreciate that. Kevin kept his word. He reached out to Tyler Perry. Kevin Hart called me back about maybe a week or so later. He said, Mo, I talked to Tyler. He said he don't want to revisit it. He said, but I tell you what, let's move past that, Mo. Let's just move past that and let's just do great things. So whatever
That's what Kevin said.
I want you to hear me, Kevin Hart. Let's move past that, Mo. Let's do some great things together. Don't even worry about it. Whatever y'all want to do, I will partner with you. I'll executive produce with you. You just let me know what you want to do. Now, let me say that before we go any further, because I want to make sure I give Kevin Hart his proper credit. When my family was up against the wall, Kevin Hart wrote us a check and said, here you go. We're forever grateful for that. When we were able to give it back, we said, brother, we appreciate you with some interest on top, because I don't ever want nobody to think me and my husband. So I want to make sure I put that out there. That brother really helped us out when we needed to be helped out. Then when he came back with, I got you. I didn't ask Kevin Hart to do anything. He said, I'll executive produce. I'll partner with you. I said, good shit, Kevin, because we're in a deal with Endemol. And we're trying to get our talk show back. Mo, whatever it is, I got you. Now, Kevin Hart is one of the biggest entertainers right now in the world,
Correct.
right? And was then. We got off the phone with Kevin Hart. We called Endemol immediately and said, Kevin Hart said, whatever we want to do, he got us. He's going to partner, executive use. They was like, oh, this is incredible, because when you put Kevin Hart's name on it, you already know what it is.
Correct.
2 weeks go by. We get a call from Endemol. Endemol says, we just got a call from Kevin Hart's manager, Dave Becky. And Dave Becky said, Kevin doesn't want anything to do with Monique. So whatever she told y'all, he doesn't want to do anything with her, nothing. You know, he doesn't want any kind of relationship with Monique.
So what changed between the 2 weeks and plus he gave you a check, you gave the money back, then said he would partner with you, executive produce, whatever you need, Mo, hey, we got you. So what transpired, or what do you think transpired between then, that 2 week period?
Well, soon as we got off the phone and they told us what Kevin's manager, David Becky, said, I called Kevin Hart immediately. I said, hey, baby, we just got off the phone with Endemol, and they said Dave Becky called them up and said, you don't want anything to do with me. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication. I can tell you right now. I said, wait a minute. Are you okay, though, with this white man calling them up? Getting in between our relationship after something you said. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication, and we're going to talk Tuesday. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you right now, it's a miscommunication. That was 2 years ago. If you talk to him, I talk to him. I've never talked back to Kevin Hart again.
It's been 2 years, Kevin Hart, and you ain't said nothing about this issue yet. It's been 2 days since this interview has been out, and you ain't came and said anything about this issue yet. So I am inclined to believe that Miss Monique is telling the truth about this issue, Mr. Kevin Hart. You want to know what else I do believe to be true? I believe that Mr. Becky was moving on the behalf of your team and the people that are over you, that have a say-so over you, Kevin, the powers that be. They told you to sit the fuck down and leave Monique the fuck alone, and you did just that. You did just that. You backed away. You did just that. You did just that. Well, Kevin Hart wasn't the only one that said that he was going to help with this situation. Because of Tyler Perry, what Tyler Perry did, he was going to help with this situation. Al Sharpton said he was going to help too. Al Sharpton heard the audio and said, you know what, Monique, that brother wrong. I'm going to go to him and I'm going to talk to him and we're going to get this stuff settled out. She say she ain't here for Al Sharpton. What? And she ain't here for Al Sharpton in 2 weeks. And then 6 months later, she saw him on a commercial saying that they ain't gotta ride commercial planes no more because they can fly on Tyler Perry's jet anytime. So I cannot make this up. Monique said this out of her own mouth, you guys. Y'all go back to Club Shay and watch the interview. She said this out of her own mouth. Al Sharpton agreed to help her. Then he ghosted her. He went ghost. She sees him a couple of weeks on a commercial saying that they don't have to fly commercially anymore because they can fly on Tyler Perry's jet anytime. Probably why you didn't hear from Al Sharpton anymore, because he literally had got in cahoots with fucking Tyler Perry. Okay? Monique say Stephanie Mills tried to help. After Stephanie Mills heard the audio, she tried to reach out to Tyler Perry and help. Tyler Perry said he don't want to revisit this anymore, but then he called Stephanie back and told Stephanie, all right, I'll meet with Monique, but I don't want her husband around. Her husband cannot be present. And then he said, I'll meet with Monique if she agrees to go out publicly and says that me and Oprah had nothing to do with her career going down. We had nothing to do with blackballing or holding her career hostage. That would be a lie. Okay, that would be a lie. So Tyler Perry was pretty much telling Stephanie Mills to tell Monique, tell her to shut up and stop saying that we had anything to do with what happened to her career, and I'll meet with Monique. Monique said, fuck you. I'm not finna do that. And they have never met. Okay, they have never met. I believe it. I believe it. That's why Taraji had to write that little love letter to Oprah the way that she did. And she had to come out and say, yes, all of this was happening. Yes, all of that was happening. But Lady O came and she took care of it. And all this misfortune and all this, stuff was happening. This melancholy was happening around us. Oprah came in like the savior that she is. And she helped clear up everything from what we were going through. Taraji had to come out and write a letter saying that, did she not? I'm just saying, I don't believe in coincidences. Okay. So then Oprah, this shiesty bitch, she goes and she holds an interview with Monique's mother and brother, the brother that molested Monique, because Monique was molested by her brother. Okay. And Monique really doesn't want to have anything to do with that man. She doesn't want to revisit or deal with anything with him. Okay? So she says that Oprah calls her up and says, hey, your brother wants to have an interview with me. I'm calling to make sure if it's okay with you. Monique says, okay, fine, But then when Monique looks at the interview, it's not only her brother on the interview, it's her mother on the interview. Oprah didn't tell her that she was going to have her mother on the interview. Oprah, you a shiesty ass bitch. You a nothing ass bitch. You did that to Michael Jackson too. Michael Jackson asked you not to do certain things, and you did certain things to him. That's why you and his relationship went straight either. Oprah, I got your number. Oprah, I got your number. I don't have her real telephone number. I'm saying I got her. I know what type of woman she is. I got her character. She a shiesty bitch. You a nasty bitch, and you premiered that interview right after Monique won her Oscar. Like, Monique won an Oscar, and like a week or two after she won her Oscar, Oprah aired this fucking interview with her mother and her brother. Yeah, Monique has every type of way to feel the way that she feels about Oprah. She has every right to feel the type of way that she feels. She has every right to feel the way that she feels about Oprah, because Oprah is a nothing ass, shiesty ass bitch. Just like she has every right to feel the way that she feels about D.L. Hughley, because D.L. Hughley is a nothing ass, shiesty ass nigga. Okay? She talks about a time where she was on the D.L. Hughley show. Okay? D.L. Hughley was not there. His team, his crew, decided to play a game. Never have I ever, or never, would you rather or something like that. It was that type of game. And they asked her some foul questions about her husband. Monique didn't appreciate that. You understand what I'm saying? So she calls D.L. Hughley and tell him, your crew was out of line, nigga. What you gonna do about it? He tell her, that's just the way we do it. That's just the way we do it. Listen to this.
I'm going to bring this up. I wasn't going to do it. But damn it, this seat.
I say, you might want to have another sip over.
This seat make you go, truth, tell it. No, tell the damn truth. God damn it, tell the truth. Because family is sacred.
It's supposed to be.
And we don't cross the line with family.
Mm-hmm.
And people begin to get comfortable to jump on the Monique bandwagon of Monique doing things wrong, and she doing this and she doing that. And there's a brother named D.L. Hughley.
Yep.
And until he take accountability, I won't let it go.
What?
Because, what would you get ready to say?
I was going to say, what did DL do?
Let me tell you. Baby, that voice went up, didn't it? DL is friend. He like, that's my friend.
No, I've met DL on several occasions. I don't know DL like that.
Okay.
Do I know DL say like I know an earthquake? No. Do I know, since I've interviewed Kat, had several conversations with him, do I know DL on that level? No.
Right. See, when we say family is sacred,
right?
Family is sacred. And we know that you don't cross the line when it comes to family.
Correct.
Right? I do DL's radio show.
Yes.
DL Hughley is not there. His team is there. Mm-hmm. And Shannon, we having a great time. I mean, baby, we having a great time. We going forward, back and forth. When we get to the end of the show, they say, Monique, you want to play a game? Well, I want to play. I said, sure, sugar. Let's play a game. And it's a game called Would You Rather.
Oh.
Okay? Now.
Monique, you should have said, I'm too old for this game.
Wait a minute. We're having fun, baby. Right? We're having a good time, okay, Shannon. Okay. It's the sister there and there's two other guys. We're having a great time. It's a beautiful Black unity cookout. Okay. We're having a good time.
Okay.
Would you say your wife was your family? Is that considered family?
Yeah.
So your husband is considered family,
right? Absolutely.
Okay. So here we go. They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather. Let's go. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne Steffens without one?
Really, Monique?
Now, as y'all are watching right now who haven't heard this story, y'all going, they doing the same thing in the studio. They going, okay. That is exactly what happened. Now, I said to the team, how does that uplift our community? I said, sister, and her name is Jasmine. How could you ask another sister that? Well, we just planned. I said, tell me the joke in that, because I don't know what you're insinuating. Then you're involving people that have nothing to do with nothing. Like, what are y'all doing? So I said, I'm going to call my brother. DL. I'm going to call my brother. I call DL Hughley on the phone. I say, hey, baby. Yeah.
Huh?
That's how he responds. Yeah.
Did he know it was you?
Yes, because they called him to let him know Monique's going to be calling.
Right.
Like this, it was getting crazy.
Right.
I'm like, just let me get on the phone with my brother, right?
Yeah.
Hey, DL, yeah. I said, listen, I just got off the phone with your team, and they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like, stupid. Like, asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words were, that's how we do it. I said, DL, how does that uplift our community? And again, I don't know what y'all trying to insinuate, but brother, what you doing? Like I said, that's just how we do it. So it is what it is. Now, it got so ugly that my attorney had to send a cease and desist. So it never aired. So we have, like, when Cat Williams talk and people, truth tellers talk, we have receipts to everything we're saying. That's how that whole thing got started, okay? It's family. My husband is my family.
Yeah.
Now, you babies that are really good with this internet, through the years, I've watched DL speak ill of me. Through the years. I never knew DL Hughley had a problem with me. But when Cass say they all a group, he forgot to put DL Hughley in the group. Mm-hmm. Through the years, I was bitter. I was dangerous with what I was doing, saying that it was inequality. My husband didn't know what he was doing. This went on through the years. I was unloved, all of these things. And I said to myself, I'ma see you. I'ma see you. I didn't go on nobody's show. I didn't say nothing to nobody, but I knew the time would come that I would see him. We were scheduled to do a show in Los Angeles. I was the headliner of that show. His name was on it, then his name came off. I didn't question it, but I knew I'ma see him, right?
Eventually.
Okay, now we have a show in Detroit. Contractually, I was the headliner. DL Hughley posted a memo. Now, when you signed your deal for the Ravens, did you sign a contract or a memorandum?
I signed a contract.
You see how you say that? Like anybody that knows good business, you sign. The memo is saying this is what I would like,
right?
But the contract is saying this is what it is. Okay?
Yes.
He put out a memo to our community, and that touched me a little different because I was saying, why would you lie to our babies? Because now they're thinking if they send somebody a memo, that's what they're supposed to get. Mm-hmm. Okay? I was contractually signed to go as the headliner.
Right. I mean, you go last.
DL Hughley didn't come into the building until 9:30. Now, contractually, I said I have to be on stage by 9:30 because if the show starts at 8, I refuse to keep an audience waiting.
Right.
That is disrespectful to the audience.
Correct.
When I went out on that stage, Shannon, I made sure everything I said, he heard me. Because now you're here and I'm going to say it to you. Mm-hmm. And I said some things on that stage that I said he was cowardly. And some folks said, how could you say that? How could you do that? And then I posted some things to say, this is what I meant. See, you came after my husband. And when you had a chance to fix it, when you had a chance to say, Mo, my bad, you know, we don't even get down like that.
Right.
You told me it is what it is. And until he's brave enough and courageous enough to say, this is what really happened, y'all. Y'all have never known me to be no shit starter. Folks ain't never known me to go over and kick a sandwich out of somebody's hand that's hungry. But what people do know is, if you kick me, damn if I ain't gonna kick you back.
Right.
Because that's fair play.
Right.
So there was one left out the pack. And when you have people that continually don't take accountability, that's why you see us in the state of affairs we're in.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer, Mo, that everybody don't play the same. And someone once told me, what is joke to you is death to someone else.
What is joke? That's why we don't play with people's families. And DL Hughley, please, no, brother, we still love you. Just take accountability for it. and we move forward. And then when you have some of our black folk that go sit in front of a white man and speak ill of their people, I'm like, y'all, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we coming to that we're going to sit in front of this white man? I can't even say his name. I refuse. Everybody know who he is. We sit in front of him and we just let this man say any and everything about us, and then we go right in with him. That to me is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all babies that's good with this little computer, don't take my word. You can just go through the years of this cat just running his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, stop doing that, because what are we saying to the babies coming behind us?
And that's what started the feud between them. I don't agree with Monique bringing D.L. Hughley's daughter into the situation, because, yeah, you know, I understand you mad, but don't bring up a traumatic situation such as that, because you too have also been through something like that. And you despised your father for the same way that you're sitting over here saying that that little girl should despise D.L. Hughley for. You despise your father in the same manner. So you should understand, coming from a place of trauma, it's not cool to bring up people's trauma. I understand that you were trying to speak on the character of her father. Speak on the character of her father without speaking on her experience, speaking on her past. Okay, Monique? That was kind of sloppy and that was kind of messy. I do think you owe her a little apology. You do owe her a little apology about that. But D.L. Hughley, I don't give a damn how you sprayed his ass. I don't give a damn how you sprayed his ass, okay? I really don't. So because of that, D.L. Hughley has now come out with a response of his own. And let's listen to that.
Well, Club Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she says she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints, I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't, because I respected her wishes. She's a liar. It's also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who, as a comedian, talks as much shit about everybody else as she does. She has the temerity to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people. Then she encouraged everybody, allegedly it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that, because Monique is a fucking liar. She's lying about that. But what you will find is Monique talking shit about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says D.L. Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story. But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested, and Monique brought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me. The lying motherfucker. She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you? How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she'd have spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history, because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm to people, except when she's using it to butter somebody up to get something. There's a reason why everywhere she go, shit starts. Everywhere she goes. How is it that nobody fucks with you? Not even your family. How do you, well, I was on the road getting it. I get it every goddamn week. Look at my schedule versus yours. See how much I'm going. And I still manage to have a relationship that I cherish with my children. Can you say the same? You can't. Because all you do is talk about your grievances and who did you wrong. There's a reason you're by yourself. There's a reason you got to pay a man to love you. It's sad. There's an old adage that says you can't buy love. It's a shame, Monique, that you probably always will have to.
What D.L. Hughley is doing is deflecting. That's what he's doing. He's doing huge deflection. And he's using sympathy and empathy to do it. And I don't like that for you, Fat. I don't like that for you at all. You need to stand up and take accountability for what you have done. Instead of saying, I apologize. Instead of saying, how can we move forward from this? You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, I want to do better. You rather come on here and criticize her weight, make fat jokes, and call her a liar. And then you want us to sympathize and empathize with you over a damn dog and your daughter's situation that you put out on the internet yourself about. You talked about this yourself first. You put this story out about your daughter first, okay? Oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy. But overall, this whole interview was it for me. You understand what I'm saying? Monique has been saying the same thing that she has been saying for a whole decade. The entertainment industry, it's not right. The television industry, it's just not right at all. And they treat black women wrong. And until they treat us fairly, I'm going to keep speaking out about the unjust treatment that we get. I don't care how many times I get blackballed about it. I'm going to keep speaking my truth. That's what I got from this interview. And Monique, you keep speaking your truth, girl. Keep telling the truth, honey. We love to see it. She looked amazing. Absolutely fabulous. Shannon, I don't know what it was. Probably I had too much to drink myself while I was looking at that interview, but you was looking a little good yourself. Monique, I do hope that one day you do get the apology that you deserve from Tyler Perry and Monique. But even if you never get it, my love, my sweet, you already know that you wasn't wrong. They are wrong. You're not lying about the situation, and we know you're not lying about the situation. We stand in solidarity with you. That's it. That's all. I love you, my babies. Go ahead and click the like button if you haven't already done so, and subscribe to Auntie's channel today because it costs $0 to do so. I love you, my babies. Follow Auntie on all of her social media platforms. They're going to be listed in the description box underneath this here video. I'll talk to you next time, all right? Y'all be safe out here. Bye.